Hey there, welcome to today's practice. My name's Paula. Today's practice is for adrenal fatigue and hormone regulation. So your adrenals are responsible for the fight and flight response in the body. So if you've been really stressed or very anxious about something, and if that happens over a long period of time, it can really stress out the adrenal glands. So you might be feeling really tired or lethargic, so this is a great practice for that. Or if you're just feeling quite stressed, this can also be quite good to relax things and find a little bit of energy. We'll do a little bit of compression through the throat and opening up through the throat as well, just to activate the thyroid gland too, which helps. So let's make a start. If you have got some cushions, please have them nearby because we'll use them in a little while. And then also a block. If you don't have a block, then your cushions will be fine as well, so we can just use those. Okay, so let's make a start in a comfortable seated position. And resting the hands just somewhere where they feel comfortable on the legs. And let's close down the eyes. Just noticing the breath. Noticing how you're feeling. Noticing how you're feeling with the attitude of kindness towards yourself. Starting to just deepen into your breathing very gently. And is there anywhere in the body that you can soften right now? Even though we're lengthening up through the spine, is there anything that you can just let go of a little bit? And then let's open up the eyes. Arms down by your side, taking an inhale to lengthen up through the crown of the head. As you exhale, starting to walk the hands forward to where you can. And if you want to be active, then please feel free, but I'll invite you to just be really relaxed. So you can just let the forearms be down or wherever you reach and relaxing forward. Let the shoulders be soft. Big breath in through the nose and out through the nose. And then let's walk the hands back up. Taking that right hand away from you. So I'm mirroring you. You might just have the hand, or you might come a little bit further down, taking that left arm up and over, relaxing that right shoulder down, pressing down through that left sitting bone, and then turning the head to look up if that's okay on your neck. Just breathing into that left side of the body. And then taking an inhale, come back upright. We're going to take a twist to the right. So taking the back of that left hand onto the thigh and your right hand behind you. Take a big inhale to lengthen up. And then as you exhale, start to turn the left side of the body to the right. And don't feel like you have to really twist the neck. If that feels good for you, then go for it. But otherwise, just thinking about that twist happening more through the upper body. Dropping that left sitting bone down. And one more full breath in, staying for the exhale, seeing if you can turn just a little bit more. And then inhale, coming back through center. And let's swap the legs around. So whichever leg in front you had, let's swap it around. And then Hands down by your side. Take an inhale to lengthen up. Exhale, starting to walk the hands forward. And once again, option here to be quite active through those arms, or invitation to be quite soft with the arms, soft through the body and the head and the neck. And particularly focusing on the breathing, so slowing down your inhale and slowing down the exhale. And with each exhale, just noticing where the body's releasing. And then starting to walk the hands back up. Let's take that left hand away from the hip, palm down, maybe coming down a little bit deeper. And then that right arm coming up and over, relaxing that left shoulder down and turning the eyes to look up towards the ceiling if that's okay for your neck. Pressing down through that right sitting bone now. Breathing into that right side of the body. And then coming back upright, inhaling, and then as you exhale, twisting to the left. So back of that right hand onto the thigh, left hand back behind you. Remember, there's no need to overstrain the neck here. Just thinking about that right side of the body turning towards the left. Both sitting bones stay down. Try to drop the shoulders down away from the ears. Paying attention to trying to lengthen out the inhale and the exhale. Even breath. And then let's take an in-breath to come back to center. Extending the legs out long in front of you, so extending the feet forward. Pressing down through the back of the leg, reach the arms up, take an inhale. As you exhale, folding forward over the legs, we're going to sweep the hands down the mat about a forearm's distance behind you, fingers pointing forward. Bend the knees, feet hip distance apart, and then lift the hips up, pressing down through the feet, coming into your tabletop position, and you might be able to let your head relax back. So just do what's right for you, and then bring the head back up. Drop the hips down, extend the legs forward again. We're going to move through a couple of times before we just hold these poses. Take an inhale, exhale, folding forward. Sweep the hands down the mat, about a forearm distance behind you. Bend the knees, feet flat on the mat. Lift the hips up, maybe letting the head relax all the way back. Bring the head back up, drop the hips down, extend the legs forward. Taking an inhale. Exhale, folding down, sweep the hands back. And this time we're going to hold our tabletop. Bend those knees, feet hip distance apart, lifting the hips up. So you're pressing down through the base of the big toe. Toes, if you can, let the head relax. Find the breath. Steady the gaze. Keep pressing down through the feet. Keep lifting the hips up. For 3, for 2, take one more inhale, bring the head back up, exhale, drop the hips back down, and then extend the legs forward. Now, grab your cushions. This is where we're going to use our cushions to take a forward fold. So we're going to take a supported forward fold. So sliding the hands forward onto the cushions. You might have to be really upright, so make sure, try to have enough cushion so you can just relax down. You might just rest your head down onto your forearms, or make 2 fists, or even if you've got your block, maybe letting the head rest down onto the block. And once you've found your position, try to find stillness. So we're activating the parasympathetic nervous system here, which is the relaxation response. Just really allowing the body to curve as it needs to. Allow the shoulders to be soft. Easy breathing. And remembering that attitude of kindness towards yourself, whatever you're feeling. And then starting to make your way back out of the pose, you're starting to come back up. Popping the props off to the side. Crossing the legs and make your way back into your tabletop position. So it's coming over into tabletop. Wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Release the belly down, lift the eyes. As you exhale, tuck the toes under, press the middle part of the spine up towards the ceiling, tucking the chin in. And then again, release the tops of the feet down, release the belly, lift the eyes. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the toes under, press the belly button in, tuck the chin in as much as you can, and then releasing that down. We'll just go one more time. Release the belly down, lift the eyes, and then exhale, tuck the toes under, draw the navel in, tuck the chin in, and release back into your tabletop. Make your way down onto your belly. So all the way down. And then from here, we're going to take our Cobra. So bring the feet together, bring those hands back, just underneath those elbows or just by the ribs. Squeeze the elbows in, press down through the tops of the feet, lifting up. So we're not looking for a very high Cobra here. So you should be able to just take your hands off, keep squeezing those elbows in, little bit of pressure through those hands. Press down through the tops of the feet, keep breathing. Take one more big inhale, maybe come up a bit higher. Exhale to release it down. Turn the head to the right. Release the heels out to the side. Arms down by your side, closing down the eyes. Just feeling that broadening through the back of the pelvis and the lower back with the heels falling outwards. And then let's come back to center with the head. We're going to repeat that. So we're going to bring the feet together again. Bring those hands by the ribs. Squeeze the elbows in. Press down through the tops of the feet. Then take an inhale. Reach the tailbone back. Crown of the head is reaching forward and up. Squeeze the elbows in. Keep breathing. Take one more inhale. Lift up. And then exhale, release it down. Let's turn the head to the left this time. Heels fall out, arms down by your side. Letting the body completely relax. And bringing the head back to center, hands underneath the shoulders, press yourself back towards your heels into your child's pose. If you can, knees together, feet together to sit all the way back, resting the forehead down, or you could pop a block underneath your forehead if that feels good. Arms down by your side. I'm just going to hold it here. Feeling that decompression into the lower back.
Just last couple of breaths here. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Come up to a seated position. Sitting over to one side. Taking the legs out long. And then this is somewhere you're going to need your block or your cushions. We're going to go into Viparita Karani. So that's legs. Normally it's legs up the wall. So you could do this pose up the wall if you want a bit more of a supported pose here. So feeling free to go over to the wall. Otherwise, just staying where you are. Block underneath the flat part of your pelvis. And all your cushions. So you could go for your cushions as well here. We just want to elevate the hips a little bit here. So we're going for the standing version. I'm going to take the legs up towards the ceiling, and either you're at the wall or you're on your mat. Make sure that you feel supported by your prop. And we're going to be quite active through the legs, particularly if you're just on your mat and not against the wall. Arms a little bit away from the body, palms facing up. Closing down the eyes. Reaching the heels up towards the ceiling. Just letting the lower belly fall back in towards the spine. It's that light focus on your breath. Still continuing to lengthen into your breathing, just particularly that exhale. Just 2 more full breaths here. And then let's release the legs back down. Lift the hips up, grab the block, pop it off to the side. And then knees stay bent. Let's cross the right leg over, shift the hips slightly towards the right, and you might be able to wrap that right foot underneath the left calf. I'm going to take a twist, so dropping the knees over to the left, extend that right arm out to the side. So letting that right shoulder blade relax down. And if comfortable, letting the eyes close. That space around the lower back. Try to take the breath there. The points of the right knee and the right shoulder maybe lengthening away from one another as you exhale. That right shoulder blade reaches down as the right knee reaches down towards the left side. Just relaxing the back of the neck. And then inhale, coming back up, uncross the legs, hips back to the middle, and then taking that left leg over the right, option to wrap the left foot underneath the calf, hips slightly over to the left, and then dropping the knees over to the right hand side, extending that left arm out to the side, that left shoulder blade dropping down, the legs releasing, and maybe one side feels a bit more open than the other. Just noticing if there's anywhere you can soften. Relax the back of the neck. A sense of surrendering the weight of the body. And then let's inhale to bring the legs back up through center.
uncross the legs. And we're going to go into our Shavasana. You could pop your cushions underneath the knees if you would like to have a little bit more release in the lower back. Otherwise, extending the legs long, letting the feet fall away from one another, arms away from the body, or alternatively, you could place the left hand over the chest, over the heart, right hand onto the lower belly, and noticing how the hands on the body create a grounding sensation of feeling supported, releasing the weight of the body down into the mat, softening all the muscles of the face, the forehead, the eyelids, the cheeks, the jaw, the front of the throat, across the shoulders, down to the arms, the belly, the whole front of the body, and the whole back of the body, the whole body, just letting go. Just allowing yourself to rest. Just unhooking from any thoughts that might be arising. And resting here. Please feel free to stay here. It's been a pleasure to guide you through your practice today. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.